Tonight's guest is one of the country's most prolific documentary filmmakers. Stacey Dooley has travelled to some of the most dangerous places on the planet to make films on everything from child labour and the drug trade to sex workers and ISIS. She's made over 80 documentaries, been awarded an MBE, and last year danced her way to victory on Strictly Come Dancing. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome the wonderful Stacey Dooley! There you go. Good.
Straight in.
Oh, you smell nice.
Do I?
You smell lovely.
Oh, you know what? I've just been in the shops and I've had a free spray.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Do you still do that?
Yes, I used to sell it, didn't I? So
Did
that
you?
was my job at Luton Airport.
Really?
You know when you're just trying to get to the terminal, you just want to get on the plane?
Yeah.
Excuse me, sir, would you like to try a new fragrance?
And that was you?
That was me.
And now you go back?
And now I go back and just try it all for free and leave.
It's quite nice to know that everyone kind of does that, don't they? It's one of their joys, isn't it?
It's a complete circle.
Was it a fun job working at an airport?
I loved it.
Did you?
I mean, Fridays were quite rock and roll. So
Right.
what would happen, I probably shouldn't say this because they're still there and I'll noise them up, but Fridays, the bosses leave early.
Everyone's like, don't fly on a Friday.
Only the duty-free bosses. And then it all just goes a bit loose.
Right.
So...
What do you mean it goes a bit loose?
Well, there's a bar, isn't there?
In
You know, you
duty-free?
can sample the...
Oh, my God,
the
really? That's pretty cool. So you're like,
Yeah.
they've gone. That's CK1, that's all right. And then, so you have a few drinks, then what?
And then you can use all the makeup and perfume to get ready.
When you're pissed, which is lovely.
Very experimental.
Yeah.
And then you get yourself ready for going out that night. They were wild those days. Luton
Wow.
was so fun.
But what a year, though.
I know,
What
I feel
a year
made
you've
up.
had. I was looking into it. You've got an MBE.
That's right, yeah.
You spent some time in Mosul.
Yes.
And you won Strictly.
I know.
I mean, that is a bizarre year.
I know.
Yeah. Well done. I mean, because the guys are massive ISIS fans.
I love them. Can't get enough. Not fussed about the glitter ball. No, I know, it's weird, isn't it? It's sort of odd how life works out. Sort of 2018 was particularly brilliant for me and so unexpected. Actually, it's interesting. I remember sort of getting home and the letter being from the palace, the letter being sort of down by the front door, and it sort of said, I think it said sort of HMC or HMRC or something sort of along those lines. And my initial thought was, shh, have I done my tax wrong? What have I done? You know, you're sort of panicking. You never entertain the idea that it could be something brilliant.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be awful if you went, that'll be the Queen.
Yeah.
For me.
What does she want?
Yes, Stacey. I understand that you've got a rather good scam for getting perfume.
And have you got it yet? Or
I haven't. Do you know what? So the schedule was mental. So I got it when I was training for Strictly.
Right.
And I was the worst dancer. And so I was thinking, I've got to put the hours in. So we were doing 14-hour days. So I sort of said, can we reschedule the MBE? Because not everyone can make it. There's, like, different slots.
And was this on the... See, we imagined straight away you're on the phone to the Queen. Who's like,
Yeah.
Sure, I get
no,
it,
it was
yeah.
a direct line. She loves Strictly, apparently.
Of course she does, yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Do you think that's why you got the nod?
It's got to be.
Yeah.
I can't think of any other reason.
I love the idea.
She felt sorry for me in the cha-cha-cha. I was awful at the cha-cha-cha.
I
don't think she felt sorry for you.
Yeah.
I saw you. Very good. I imagine the Queen was there going,
I like her. She's good. She's got
Cha-cha-cha
moves.
was awful.
Done.
It's a yes from me.
You've got a book out.
That's right, yeah.
What's the book called?
On the front line with the women who fight back.
Oh, wow. And what's the book about?
Essentially, it's about all the women that I've met over the past 10 years.
Right.
So I've been travelling with the documentaries and I've just met the most inspirational women. I know that sounds a bit cheesy, but just incredible females.
Did you send copies of the books to them?
A couple of them have got them.
Yeah.
But it's hard to keep in touch with all the girls because their lives are so chaotic. Like the Yazidi girls, for example, who are just incredible.
Who were the Yazidi girls, for people that don't know?
So the Yazidi girls, they were amazing. So in 2014, there was a place called Mount Sinjar, and ISIS targeted that part of Iraq specifically because there was a large Yazidi community there. And when ISIS turns up, they split the men from the women, killed all the men in front of the women and then systematically raped all of the women and kidnapped them all. So some of them escaped, found themselves in this group, trained themselves, familiarised themselves with these weapons and went back on the front line.
Oh, really?
To try and sort of hold their perpetrators accountable. Just
Wow.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
Mad, isn't it?
Yeah, it's
just
incredible.
Yeah.
Who are the ones that really kind of...
There's loads. I mean, there's one girl that I'll never forget, a girl called Heidi, and she was from Honduras. So it was at the time when, statistically, I think it was the world's worst place to be a female outside of a live war zone.
Right.
So we went to sort of San Pedro Sula, and we met this girl, and she had, a month prior to meeting her, had both her legs macheted off by a man.
Right. Why did she have her legs hanged?
They sort of... It was a really unhealthy relationship, obviously, and he was sort of very dominating. And I think he thought she was talking to another guy at work or whatever.
Right.
And there's just this obsession with sort of, machismo, like masculinity. And it was like, who do you think you are? And she was saying, I'm leaving. You can't leave if you haven't got any legs, and sort of did it in front of the kids. So it's utterly remarkable that she lived, you know what I mean? And then sort of sat talking to her, and she was just so... dignified, actually, and so together.
Right.
And so considered and very calm. And I just remember thinking, you know...
When you're doing something like that, do you feel... Obviously, you feel a sense of responsibility to tell a story.
Yeah.
Do you yourself feel frightened?
I do sometimes, yeah. There's no point sort of sitting here fibbing. There's times where I think, have we bitten off more than we can chew? Or, is this all going to kick off?
You're very ballsy. That's what I admire
I think
about
it's
you.
stupidity more than bravery. I'll go. Iraq, I'll go. Yeah, I've been like twice now.
Yeah. What were you doing before you did this? So you said you worked in Luton Airport.
So I left school at 15.
Did you?
Yeah. Knew it all, didn't I?
Is that before GCSEs?
Don't need any help. I don't need to be taught anything. I've got this.
Right.
I'm out.
And then what led to... Because the first show you did was for BBC Three about fashion.
Yeah.
And your mum told you to do it.
That's right.
Yeah.
So she found this advert. And it was really straightforward, the premise. It was sort of 6 consumers, British consumers, who were really into sort of fast fashion, throwaway fashion.
Yeah.
Taking us to India to show us where the garments were produced. So, yeah, cool. But thousands of people applied to be a part of it. And there were only 6 of us that were selected. And so, yeah, we went to India. My mum found the advert. She was like, you should call them, just see what they're saying. It said sort of, do you like shopping? Do you like fashion? Do you like travel? And I rang them and they were like, yeah, you sort of sound exactly what we're after.
Yeah.
And now I know how telly works. They must have just been rubbing their hands in glee because I was so naive and so ignorant, really, in many respects. Not out of malice or spite, but just very unaware.
Right. But isn't that half the charm?
I think it was initially at the start, yeah, because I was just a contributor. So
Yes.
I was just kind of going into it, not as a presenter, not as a documentary maker, just, God, I can't believe this, and I'm a part of it,
Yeah. That's what's incredible about you, I think. You speak to young people because you are a young person talking like a young person, as opposed to somebody like Trevor McDonald going, I'm going to tell you about prisons. So I think people, you're charming company, and you ask incredible questions. I'll be honest, if I was in those situations, I would just be crying and not knowing what to do.
That's a really lovely thing to say. I love it. I love my job. I promise you. It's kind of every day, not all day, every day, but, you know, every day I think, oh, I don't know how I got this lucky. And when you're out there and, you know, the environment can be so tense and you are frightened. And it's very unpredictable. You don't know what's going to happen.
And have you ever considered, because your mum is featured quite heavily in your book.
Yeah.
Have you ever...
Di.
Di, lovely Di. Have you ever considered taking her with you?
I cannot think of anything worse.
Well, I took my mum around the world.
Actually, I sort of remember this.
Yeah, yeah.
You do a series about it?
I did, yeah. We travelled... it's wonderful.
Yeah.
I would recommend it.
Yeah, no.
She sounds fun, your mum.
She's a scream. She's amazing. She's beautiful. I adore her. But she's a complete pain in the arse. And just... she'd be a total liability. Yeah. I mean, for her, like, obviously, we grew up in Luton or whatever. She's from Liverpool originally. But the idea of going to London is, like... It's the biggest thing in the world.
Right.
So it's like
From
everything's
Luton?
in order. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's literally like she's going to space.
Right.
She's like, oh, will I get the train?
Yeah.
What times are the trains?
Does she hold on to a ticket for the
Yeah,
entire...
for dear life.
But it's so funny, isn't it?
Bag.
For the whole journey. That's a mum thing of like, no.
But it's like the older they get, the worse they become.
That and swimming with their sort of head out.
I cannot get this perm wet.
Yeah, it's funny. A young lady doesn't mind, but I can't risk it.
It's funny. But, yeah.
But she's a very strong woman. Was she furious that she didn't make her own chapter?
I know. No, maybe she was. I don't know.
Yeah.
I mean, she always gets to shout out, so she can't moan too much. I mean, she was in her element with Strictly. It's funny, actually. Like, we do all these documentaries, and that's probably what I'm most proud of in terms of my career. And she was sort of fairly across that. But when I said I'd got Strictly, it was honestly like I told her I was marrying Prince Harry.
Yeah.
It was just, you've made it. You know, she was showing off. She works at TK Maxx. Everyone at TK Maxx knows. And when I won it, I mean, it was like she was about to combust.
Yeah.
It was like a pitch invasion. She ran on the floor when I won.
I mean,
so I remember
the
Claudia.
nation saw it.
Yeah. I remember thinking, Mum, get off
Yeah.
stage. Claudia was trying to sort of get round her and get me and Kev round towards the ball.
Yeah.
Yeah, she was living her best life. Loved it.
What's next?
What am I doing? So next week I'm in Uganda with Comic Relief.
Amazing.
Yeah, I can't wait, actually. I'm really looking forward to going back to proper work, you know. Strictly was incredible, but I think it's nice to get sort of back to what
Do you know
the
what
day
you'll be
job.
talking about in Uganda?
Yeah, so we're making 2 short films, one about a neonatal clinic
Okay.
and one about malaria, in the hope that we're able to raise as much money as possible.
Oh, good for you.
So that'd be awesome. And then I come back from that.
Do you want a
doing
little
the book
tip?
tour. Yeah, no, do, because you've been, haven't
I
you?
went
You've been
to
before.
Liberia.
Yeah.
I took lots of pens and pencils
Yeah, go mad for it, love the pencils.
as presents. And also, they, when we're in Liberia, they gave me loads of cans of Fanta. I don't like Fanta.
I don't like Fanta.
But I tell you who did. Every single child in the village. But I said...
Favourite uncle.
This is it. But I was meant to do this video where I was kind of walking around showing how upset and sad everyone was. But we had to do it so many times because the kids kept coming up to me and going... like that. Honestly, we were there for an hour.
Life is great.
But yeah, it was like, he's a magic man with a magic juice. So yeah, fizzy drinks and pencils.
That's what I'll pack. Yeah, no, that's good to know.
Yeah. And does your boyfriend, does he ever go with you?
No.
No.
He would be as useless as Di.
Really?
Yeah. If not worse. Yeah.
But
I sort of get a bit annoyed when he's not crying and sort of sliding down the walls when I'm leaving for these places. And are you not scared that I'm never going to return? Are you not scared that you're going to lose the love of your life? He's like, you'll be fine, I think, actually. You'll be back in 2 weeks' time moaning about the state of the flat, and he's right.
Is that right?
That's exactly what I do.
Have you got a dog as well?
Bernie.
Is that his name?
My one true love.
Is he?
It's my son. My mother's desperate for me to have kids. Every day. You know, you're going to have kids, you're going to have kids.
Every day?
Every day.
I quite like that. So you're in Uganda and she's like...
Yeah. You met anyone out there? No? OK, cool. Just checking. But yeah, Bernie is like, it's weird, isn't it, how much you love him?
Oh,
You've got a dog.
I do, yeah.
What dog?
He is a Jack Russell. He's called
Yeah.
Archie.
Archie and Bernie.
They could be pals.
What a pair.
What kind of dog have you got?
Bulldog.
Oh.
He's so beautiful, I can't begin to tell you. People stop me on the street and say how handsome he is. I just look at him and I just think, you are just so lovely.
It's worrying, though, isn't it? Do you find that when you're going to have kids, it's going to be like...
Do you know what? It's made me think, I promise you, I'm quite maternal towards Bernie. And when we're down the park or whatever, there was this one time, actually, where this other dog, this ratty, manky dog, came for Bernie. That's where I've seen you before.
Exactly.
Right, Dooley.
Up the hills. And this dog come up and just went for Bernie. And everything within me was really strange.
Yeah.
Like, my neck started rashing. I was so angry. I literally picked up the dog. I shouldn't say this, but I picked up the dog and just threw it down the hill. Like, get off my baby. It was almost, like, animalistic.
Yeah. And,
I was so angry at the owner.
And were you worried that that lurked within you? That rage?
That's what I'm saying, yes.
Yeah.
Imagine if you have kids.
Mate,
I'll be up the school all the time.
This is it.
Kicking off. I
This is
know I will.
This is my biggest fear. I'm exactly the same.
Yeah.
So my dog got attacked by another dog, and we found out because they went, oh, there was a bit of an incident.
Oh.
And I said, and I quote, I'm going to come there and kill that dog with a brick.
No, sure. But you mean it.
I've meant it, and then I found myself thinking, oh my God, what am I going to be like as a dad? You got to go back and fight, son. You've got to fight.
We basically can't reproduce.
Yeah.
Because we'll be in prison.
But it would be a good documentary. That was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. Ladies and gentlemen, the wonderful Stacey Dooley!